Or
I'm not hearing a thing.
yes, welcome back to track number 4. We're about to get things underway for our next bout. Northern Beaches Roller Girls taking on Murder City Roller Girls. My name is Pants. I'm hoping to be joined soon by Wilhelmina. She, of course, announced solo the last time, so she's off getting a well-deserved coffee. Looking forward to getting joined with very, very, very shortly. We're about to get things underway, as you can see, and we'll go through the team rosters as we can. Whistle has blown for the start of the first jam, and we have busting out of the back, number 210. That is Metallica's, closely followed by Ninja Dinosaur. So getting set for the first scoring pass. Northern Beaches, of course, having already played once today. They're all warmed up. They're in the groove of everything. So Murder City, this is their first bout of the Great Southern Slam for 2018. So they're going to probably have to shake off a few nervous cobwebs and get the things underway. Quick call off there. One more point and no points for Murder City. So Northern Beaches off to a nice little start. Actually, it's 4 points for Murder City, my apologies. So 5 plays 4, 1 point edge to the Sirens as we head in for jam number 2. On the jam line, looks like we have Machine Gun and Yell and Rage. And whistle blows, no pack is immediately caught, and Yell and Rage stacked to the outside. And another penalty for Northern Beaches. So it is Yell and Rage through first, takes on lead jammer position. Machine Gun just evades the extended hips of Diabolical Rapture, the captain for the Murder City Roller Girls. And off to the races, points and call for Zrop. So Homicidals off to a great start here. 8 points, 4 points in each jam. Sirens unable to add to their opening good score of 5. Chris just being handed the pivot helmet cover. And we're underway again. Ninja Dinosaur trying to grab up that inside line. Almost through, just pipped at the post by Press. Looking to hold on to that inside line. It is Brute. And Brute is unable to hold back Princess Slayer. So Princess Slayer through as lead jammer. Ninja Dinosaur dusted herself off straight through the inside. Excellent stuff. Princess Slayer weaving her way through. Just got past Shirley Temper and Killer Heidi. So is through and called it off. So 4 points plays 2. And it's the Homicidals just holding on by a single point at the moment. Quick change, and looks like the Homicidals going to occupy that pivot line. But with 2 in the penalty area by the looks of the moment, so pack advantage definitely with Northern Beaches. Quickly through is Metallica's, and with Diabolical Rapture getting the jump start as the jammer, she forces the call off. So it's 0-0 apiece. 10 plays 9. It's spaghetti over here, but it's nothing but jam on the track. Yellen Rage absolutely going stonking through the pack like nothing else. She is ahead. Welcome back, Wilhelmina. How you going?
Much better now that I have a caffeinated beverage as well as a nice warm honey concoction to sip on.
Excellent stuff. There's going to be a lot of honey consumed, probably about the size of this warehouse over the long weekend. Now getting set for the next jam. Dolls holding on, 14-9. Nice close start, that's what we like. Nice competitive derby. Tritone calling the shots here, getting that tripod to cram the Northern Beaches defense on the line. Thrill House just trying to hold back Metallica's, but Metallica's through as lead jammer. Ninja Dinosaur also through, not far behind.
Yeah, having seen the Northern Beaches Roller Girls play this morning, I'm actually quite excited to see this matchup today.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think these are probably some well-matched teams, and it's going to be an interesting and awesome game of roller derby.
Northern Beaches hoping to make up for their loss this morning, and Murder City knowing what West Side are capable of, wanting to get as many points on the board as they can. The top point scorer in the division will go through to the quarterfinals, so all the teams are looking to get as many points on the board as possible. Cut track called against Diabolical Rapture, as well as penalty against the Pivot Brute. So immediately Murder City go from 5 on track to 3, and that's going to make things... And back to 2, so it is just Killer Heidi and Shirley Temper on track for Murder City. And Northern Beaches have a chance not only to take the lead, but to stamp some authority early on.
Absolutely, as we saw in their game earlier against the Westside Derby Dolls, it's those power jams that can really break you when you don't have the ability to score because your jam is in the penalty box.
Yep. Yeah, it really is... And a cut track caught against 66 Brute. She came back on in front of the pack instead of behind.
Yeah, an illegal re-entry penalty there. It can happen.
It can.
If you lapse in concentration and
you got to get through the game. Big hit by Skirty Harry there. And Slayer feeling that one. She is coming off rubbing the shoulder. But that's the game, folks.
Absolutely.
That's what it's all about.
If you're not in pain, you're probably not playing roller derby, to be perfectly honest.
No, you're probably not even on roller skates. Going on my efforts. Melchine Gunn is up against Yell and Rage to start the next jam. Both teams with one on the bench at the moment by the looks. And a little bit of bouncy around going. Sweet Pea doing some nice dodging and parrying in there, but they've got to let it go. So, and it's a cut track. So the Murder City Roller Girls not only with lead jam now with Yell and Rage, but a power jam. And she's going to go on a scoring rampage, I'm sure.
Absolutely. So far in this game, it's nice and close, but Yell and Rage here with an opportunity to really rank up some points for the Homicidals.
First 5-point pass of the power jam that's through, done and dusted. Pack just slowly edging the way back towards turn 2, but Yell and Rage, nice step through on the outside, another quick 5-point pass.
That actually brings about a lead change. The Homicidals are now leading.
That's right, 29-23, and Yell and Rage looking to dive through the middle, parrying and pirouetting through on the inside line, another 5-point pass. So this has definitely been the jam that the Dolls have been waiting for.
Melchine Gunn now back on the track and through for her initial pass.
Yep, so Yellow Rage looking through, probably looking to get as many points and call, which she does. Good communication from the benchies there. So I'm going to quickly run through the Northern Beaches list. We've got number 6 Machine Gun, 1-2 Groove Mama, 2-2 Nailer Swift, 2-9 Wonder Winnie, 4-6 Punky Bruiser, 6-8 Press, 1-1-1 Van Diemen, 1-2-4 Mad Menace, 2-1-0 Metallicas, 5-0-4 Princess Slayer, 9-3-4 Serious Stack. Looking forward to see Serious Stack get back on. She got absolutely stonkered in the first game, which was a nice big landing on the coccyx. She is suited up, just haven't seen her hit the track yet, so looking forward to seeing her get back on track and work out the muscles.
Yes, I had a brief chat to Serious Stack's jam ref during one of my brief breaks, and I told her I could see the look of apology in her eyes every time she called Serious Stack for a penalty, but then at the same time she said at least when she's sitting down she can't be knocked down.
That is true. Well, yeah, it's not far to fall. 2 points to Ninja Dinosaur on that last jam. So that takes the dolls to 38, Sirens on 23.
It's not far to fall down. It always seems a lot further to get up again, I must say.
That's only a sign of aging. I should know. It's a long way to get up as well. All right, Princess Slayer on track for the Sirens. They're them to let it go. So Through a House holds her back, but it is Diabolical Rapture off to the races. Not Lee Jammer, but following very closely in the shadow, forces the call off, so no one gets anything for nothing.
A pointless jam, as they say.
Nothing is pointless in Derby.
Absolutely not.
Quickly run through the Motor City Roller Girls roster. 000 is Tritone. 03 Princess Elder. 051 Ninja Dinosaur. 15 is Sweet Bee. 182 Thrill House. 22 Yellow Rage. 276 Skirty Harry. 317 is Killer Heidi. 5678 is Shirley Temper. 616 Diabolical Rapture. 66 is Brute. 86 is Spikey. Machine Gun forced to the outside by Tritone, long way back. And 0-0 getting called for a destruction of the pack penalty. Skirty Harry also being sent to the penalty box. So again, Murder City Roller Girls has happened a couple of times. Couple of quick penalties and suddenly the pack just isn't there when you need them. Certainly puts a lot of pressure on the remaining members left on the track.
Yeah, Machine Gun now through for lead jammer for the Northern Beaches Roller Girls.
She steps through, calls the points, and takes them.
Sliding through before Yell and Rage can take any points for the Homicidals.
Homicidals 38, Sirens 27. 17 minutes and a bit left to go in the first half. Communication going on between the refs inside and out, but everything seems to be shipshape and ready to go for the start of the next jam. Got Metallica's back on for Northern Beaches. But it's Ninja Dinosaur up the outside. Hello. Lee Jammer. And it is a cut track against Metallica. So once again, Murder City getting a power jam just when they needed it most.
Oh, some lovely offense there from the Murder City girls. Killer Heidi there in particular, just clearing a nice little path for her jammer.
It's a good sign, getting your offense on. Got an official's timeout at the moment. Just making sure about a penalty by the looks of it. And a lot of head nodding going on, so it looks like they are in agreement. So it looks like the head ref just making sure the outside pack refs are all on the same page when it comes to some penalties, which is a good thing to do. You want to make sure everyone is working together as a team. Now, here we go. Brute is the jammer for Murder City Roller Girls. Nice mohawk on the outside, through as lead.
Yeah, and like to see skaters skipping around on their toe stops on the outside line. Finding a gap where seemingly none exists.
Brute just attacking that tripod. Absolute machine just getting through, and it's a 5-point pass. set for the return of the jammer for Northern Beaches. Here we go. Metallica's on track. Takes on Sweepy and gets through on the inside.
Meanwhile, Groove Mama now taking a seat in the penalty box. Not sure what for, might have been a pack penalty.
But that doesn't matter to Brute. She just calls it off. She can play her own game at this stage. So pack advantage with Murder City as we get set for the next jam. Ninja Dinosaur back on, as is Princess Slayer. Princess Slayer not doing too much jamming in the first game today, but definitely...
She did some. I think she took some pretty big hits and so needed a bit of a break. Well, not that kind of break. Rest kind of break.
A pause.
Yes.
The moment that refreshes. That she is through now as lead. Ninja Dinosaur following up behind. Not too far off. Let's see what Northern Beaches can do here. And nice hook through on the hips from Ninja Dinosaur. Good blocking up the front. That's Skirty Harry getting in the mix of things there. And forces the jammer to the outside. So she's just determined to go through and get her points in the call. So it was 4 apiece on that one. Dolls on 56, Sirens 31. 15 minutes, so exactly halfway through the first half. Thanks for joining us wherever you are around this great, beautiful country of ours, as well as the rest of the world. Love to have your company here on YouTube. Thanks for coming in. Great to have you along.
It's been great seeing some of the numbers on our live feed, actually. There's a whole lot of people from all over the place watching this live stream of the Great Southern Slam.
I know there's some international Murder City contacts that'll be watching as well, so thanks for coming along.
Absolutely.
We love your support.
Tritone not looking very happy there, trying to get a cut called, but
it weren't happening.
It didn't happen.
She cleans house, instead opens the path for Diabolical Rapture easily through the defense. So it's a 5-point pass for Murder City. And again, on the inside, nice. Got a hit, stayed upright. This time Tritone also trying that. She's trying those big recycles, trying them on for size. You got to get it timed just right. Machine Gun is through. Good communication there from Murder City. You could see Tritone keeping her eyes on the jammer, saying, yeah, to call it now, and she did, so an extra 2 points. So the Dolls, space of 2 power jams, as it were, or 2 really good, strong jams, 68-31.
It is amazing just how quickly those points and those margins rack up when power jam situations occur, when there are jammer penalties. So
there's still only 2 power jams in it, so not a lot. But nice step through on the inside, Yell and Rage. Metallica's getting a ride and through on the inside. She's got great shoulders, really good action. And Yell and Rage calls the end of the jam. So points and call, just churn 'em and burn 'em derby. Get some fresh legs on the pitch. Murder City very quick to occupy that pivot line. Slayer back on the track up against Ninja Dinosaur for the jammers. It's the Northern Beaches to slowly wend their way forward. And it is Ninja Dinosaur. She is through. And not given lead jam because she picked up a penalty. So it is Northern Beaches with lead and the power jam.
Yeah, it looked like Mother there signalling for a misconduct penalty. So not quite sure what that was. I couldn't hear what the call was. Not what you want to be picking up. Handing the power jam to the Northern Beaches Roller Girls.
Maybe it was a failure to hear something. Because I know Ninja Dinosaur is one of the mildest and sweetest roller girls going around.
Well, there's a few things under the misconduct hand signal that are really
You got to
nowhere,
wonder, but yeah,
nowhere near as serious as the call would
suggest. Maybe. Yeah.
she's back on the track now. Anyway, she is back and through on her initial pass, but the jammer for the Northern Beaches has called it off. That was a Princess Slayer.
I think Ninja's teammates will enjoy ribbing her later. It's just like, you got a miscontact? You? It's all good fun and games. That's what we love about this. Alrighty, quick changeover. We're going to get things set again. Brute's back on with the Jammer helmet cover up against Metallica's.
Just 2 blockers on the track for the Homicidals.
Yeah, we've seen this a number of times already. And Sweet Pea just getting in Metallica's way, trying to knock off balance, unable to do so. So it's lead jammer to Northern Beaches.
Brute there, not very far behind actually, and just pips her, and so Metallica calls off the jam. No points for anybody.
Now Brute was all set to power through that inside line as well. It was a smart call to play. Machine Gun back on. Machine Gun, of course, a former Murder City roller girl herself before making the move to Sydney a couple of years ago. So a few familiar faces for Mel as she gets to play her old team. But, of course, a lot of changes at Murder City in the last couple of years. A lot of freshies coming through, some of whom are playing today. So it's great to see the Fresh Meat program making some great results in terms of player development and their skill level to come to a great Southern Slam.
Very nice little skip and a pirouette through the blockers there for Yellen Rage, picking up lead jammer.
Rage working her way around the outside, tries to call it off and picks up 3 points before Machine Gun picks up any. All right, score check. It is 75 to the Homicidals, 41 to the Sirens. We are 9 minutes left to go in this first half. Day 1 action coming to you courtesy of the Wayville Showgrounds. Wayville Showgrounds here in Adelaide. Wonderful venue, multi-purpose, of course, a massive, massive site. And this huge venue that we have here with tracks 2 through to 5, but also we have track 1 across the other side of the walkway from us over here, the show court. But amazing venue, and we are, of course, heavily in gratitude to Wayville Showgrounds for all their support for the Great Southern Slam. Murder City occupying the track here for their timeout talk. It's Wally coming out, who's one of the benchies, and having a good chat.
Looks like she is really laying down the law there to her skaters.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want to be the person disagreeing with Wally, that's for sure.
I'm sure she's doing it all out of love.
Lots of love.
Okay, it's also a chance for the referees in the middle of the track here to have a bit of a chat as well as get some much needed hydration in.
There is not a lot of time to hydrate if you are a ref. You skate every jam, and you grab drinks when you can.
Absolutely. Try not to grab them out of the hands of the spectators as you go whizzing past, though. I found that generally doesn't go down well.
Not so much.
No. Ninja Dinosaur stuck at the back as Metallica's gets through. So good 20 feet or so. So 0 to Murder City. Good solid D by Northern Beaches, getting all the hips in front and not letting her through. 3 to Metallica's. So Sirens chasing it down. They're on 44 now, chasing down Homicidals on 75. Looks like the sun's out outside, which is beautiful if you're going to come down. to Wayville this afternoon. Come on, it's going to be awesome. Let's get some action.
Absolutely. It may be the afternoon, but there's still plenty of derby action to happen here today across the 5 tracks.
Yep.
We're going until about 9 o'clock tonight.
That's right. Last game's supposed to start about 7:30 p.m., so definitely a nice full day of derby. Thrill House and Brisk coming to crop it together, but nice little hand on the back and just a friendly one. Just got caught. Diabolical Rapture caught for a cut track penalty.
Looked like a good little apex jump to me. Refs must have seen something I couldn't.
They had their eyes right on that, so it must have just clipped the inside of the track. But Machine Gun finding him to work hard against Thrill House and Skirty Harry. They have to let it go. Too far out in front of the pack, so it's a 5-point pass to Northern Beaches. And it looks like 2 penalties against Skirty Harry, so she didn't get off the track quick enough. So Machine Gun getting a little hand through and picks up another 5-point pass for Northern Beaches. And another cut track penalty against Diabolical Rapture. So it's a bit like this. Once you start racking them up, it's hard to stop.
Yeah, unfortunately, there for the Homicidals losing their jammer again. But some lovely defense there at the front from a combination of Sweet Pea and Spiky by the looks of it.
Yep.
A nice little cannonball.
But it's another 5-point pass to the Northern Beaches. They're shutting down that big lead. It's only less than 20 points now.
A close game is a good game in derby, so that's what we like to see. Calling off the jam. But it looks like Rapture got out of the bin before the end of that jam.
Yep. So Yellow Rage coming on against Princess Slayer. Currently the score 77 for the Homicidals, 62 for the Sirens, 15 points in it. Whistle blows, here we go. Tritone blocking up the front with Brute to lend a hand or a nice friendly shoulder. And causing the impact, so she picks up a penalty, but it is okay for that because Yell and Rage is through, picks up lead jammer. Killer Heidi also coming off. So it's a quick points and call. Dolls picking up the 4 and holding the Sirens down to Nyetjink. 19 points in it.
A good way to keep and increase your lead, obviously, if you can get some points and call it off before the other team does.
Yep, very efficient. The old 4 points and call is the stock standard play, if you wish. All right, Ninja Dinosaur up against Metallica's. Metallica's with a significant height advantage here. Let's see if she can use that. Shirley Temper occupying that inside line, getting a hand from Tritone. So Metallica's having to work around the outside to get through as lead jammer.
Not a lot of pack on the track for the Homicidals.
And not many for Northern Beaches now, with another player being sent to the bin. That was Wonder Winnie, I think. Someone else, sorry, it was Groove Mama. So quick into that one. 84-66, 3 minutes and a bit left to go in this first half.
Homicidals now with a full complement of blockers back on the track.
Special delivery of a pivot helmet cover. Nice. Supposed to put on the helmet, not over your face, but that's good. Quickly through in time, and so is Yell and Rage. Machine Gun also through. So it's a quick 3-pointer.
And a quick call off as well.
Homicidal seemed quick to, or content at the moment just to get these quick points and call, just build up that solid lead again. They know it can be gone in a flash, so it's a good idea. Just occupy the clock, occupy the score bench.
Absolutely. You go 4-0 10 times and you have a 40-point lead on your hands. So
again, Ninja Dinosaur this time. And Princess Slayer also threw fairly quickly here. And looks like it's the captain, Press, who's been sent off. So maybe a pack violation of some description. But it's, once again, 3 points. But it's a sneaky 2. Love my sneaky points for Northern Beaches. 68 plays 90. 2 minutes left to go in the first half.
indeed.
Players getting set, but Northern Beach is switching it over back to front. Something a little unusual for them. Let's see if that works to their advantage. Thrill House occupying the inside line. Rapture. But it is Yellen Rage who is through, but Metallica's hot on her heels.
Yellen Rage having a great game today, actually. She's jamming a lot, she's getting lead a lot, she's scoring a lot. It's good to see.
Well, Yellen Rage in her player bio says that she's in a committed relationship with jamming. So you can see that the commitment is certainly paying off big time here today.
Absolutely.
Pack slowly comes together as we head for another jam. Minute and change left to go in the first half. Machine Gun and Ninja Dinosaur. Ninja Dinosaur able to ride the coattails of Machine Gun. Machine Gun getting caught by the MCRG D, but not Ninja Dinosaur. She is through on her scoring pass.
Machine Gun trying to use Groove Mama as a bit of a battering ram, but not quite succeeding and getting recycled there by Tritone.
It's a good idea, though, because Groove Mama is a fantastic blocker.
Absolutely. Get someone else to do the hard work for you. That's what I say.
Indeed. So we may have time for one more jam. So 10 seconds on the clock and a full, a couple of seconds to spare by the looks of it. So we're definitely going to get ourselves another jam. You little ripper. Yellen Rage just trying to skip through that inside, but that toe stop went over the lines. She is showing some good track awareness here. Princess Helder and Diabolical Rapture trying to hold, but Princess Slayer is through. She is your lead jammer. Big solid blocks, both lots of blockers. That was Spike Her Eyes Out and Punky Bruiser.
And that jam's been called off, which brings us to halftime, I believe.
Or maybe not. There is an official's timeout on at the moment.
But there is no time on the period clock, so I would imagine that will be halftime, but we are just...
We want to wait for the official word here, of course.
Absolutely.
Game, of course, being in the hand of our very competent and superb officials from all over Australia, as well as internationally represented here today.
Looks like Mother is doling out some penalties to be sat in the next half over there. So that is halftime.
And Murder City very happy with the end of that one. Ahead 99-72.
That's where you want to be.
Let's take a quick break, grab yourself a cuppa, and we'll be back in a few minutes for the start of the second half. Welcome back to the start of the second half. This Division 3 first day bout between Northern Beaches Roller Girls and Motor City Roller Girls. Here from Adelaide, South Australia, Wavell Showgrounds, Great Southern Slam 2018. Come on down. How you going, Willow?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm feeling the fatigue starting to hit in, and it's only day one, but I'm seeing lots of people around with various sort of inflatable beds and things like that, and
it looks tempting.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Very restful.
Definitely.
Yeah, I know I'll be hitting the bed big time tonight. It's a 3-day tournament. You got to rest up.
Absolutely.
In for the long haul. Referees are currently in the middle of the track waiting for the teams to get set. We are less than a minute left to go from the start of the second half. So Motor City with one more game after this at 7:15, I think.
7:30, I think, but who knows?
Yep, but that's against Westside. Westside already playing earlier today in our very first game of the tournament. So they're having the long rest. Motor City with the short rest. So we'll see if that helps people.
Commentators with no rest whatsoever.
None at all. Same with the officials. No rest at all. If you see an official, give them a hug. It's without officials, we don't get sports. So
just get permission first.
Oh, of course. Consensual hugging.
Consensual hugging only.
All right, Metallica's is going to be lining up against Brute to start the second half. 5 seconds is the signal. Let's get it on. Brute just clawing away through. Picks up lead jam. Metallica's around the outside. We'll save the do-si-doing until Monday night. And 3 points apiece to get things underway.
Yeah, Brute frantically trying to call it off then, but not
You got to get that through to the jam ref. It's a difficult thing when you're trying to that quick call off from the outside.
Absolutely.
And the jam ref on the inside can't see you tapping your hips like that. So she tried hard, but the points do go with the homicidals. It's 4-3. Crashing through the century barrier, the Dolls 103, Sirens 75 as we get jam number 2 underway. Yell and Rage up against Machine Gun. And there goes Yell and Rage, lead jammer.
Just finding the inside line there on the toe stops. And Machine Gun now also through after her initial pass.
Skirty Harry combining with Through House to stop it there. Whoa, big hit as Yell and Rage comes in hot up against Groove Mama. Both skaters hitting the deck right in front of us, but
Sweet Pea involved there too by the looks of things. Getting in on the action.
So it's a 1-point jam. 104 plays 75. Early days of the second half. Princess Slayer up against Ninja Dinosaur this time. Tritone creating a train for Ninja Dinosaur as she works her way through.
Some fierce hitting going on out there as Ninja calls off the jam.
Once again, it's that signal on the outside getting missed by the jam ref on the inside. So that allows a couple of sneaky points to come through. Sirens 78, Dolls on 106. Metallica's up against Yell and Rage by the looks. Can see Killer Heidi in the midst there. Sweet Pea and Skirty Harry. We've got Chris as well. Got what is it? Naylor Swift as well. And we've also got Van Diemen. So a lot of talent on the track right now.
But it is Metallica's through for lead jammer for the Sirens.
Yellow Rage is through, but not able to get any points on the board. So good jam there for Northern Beaches.
Absolutely. A quick hit it and quit it. 4 points to nothing.
Still not much left, or not much in this game. It's only 24 points. Machine Gun and Diabolical Rapture. And it's Rapture up the inside. Brute on the outside, Spiky on the inside, causing Machine Gun all sorts of issues. Thruhouse and Tritone now combining up front. As Rapture gets through, picks up 5.
And Tritone just recycling Machine Gun back. So she has to make another run at the pack and try and get through again. Meanwhile, Rapture, they're picking up another 5 points for the Homicidals.
Mad Menace doing her level best to try and open up a path for her jammer to get through. Oh, big rock and roll guitar slide for the call-off.
Absolutely. I'm a little disappointed that she went with the call-off and not the, air guitar, but I guess you can't...
Air guitar's not a legal gesture, really, in Derby, is it?
It's not illegal. It just doesn't get the jam called off.
Well, but it gets everyone going, yeah!
Exactly. More air guitar in Derby, that's what I say.
Just more air. Rapture. And that's a big hit up against Killer Heidi. She really landed heavily on her hip. So the jam comes to an end. As the officials just assess everything. Yep. Okay, so we've got the St. John's on. Killer Heidi just receiving the important medical attention that she needs. Very grateful, of course, to our St. John's medical staff for being here. We love everything that they do, and we certainly hope we don't need them, but we're very happy they're here at the moment. Killer Heidi is back on her knees, so spine's in a straight position. So hopefully it's just a big landing on the muscle there, and it's nothing to do with the bone or the joint. But everything seems to be in one piece, which is a good start. And some of the team is coming out to help form a screen. So that's really good sports personship from Northern Beaches there to give the Motor City Roller Girls a hand in just keeping everything discreet, and also holding up a blanket as well, just to give Killer just a bit of privacy as she gets upright, and she is standing on her own feet at the moment.
And it looks like that's actually Ren from the Adelaides providing a blankie and a screen there. Thank you to everyone involved as we tidy up from what looked like a pretty nasty fall and a painful injury. So our thoughts are with Killer Heidi hopefully we will see her back on the track later this evening.
Yeah, hopefully it's just a case of coming down hard on the muscle, and you know when you get that big heavy impact, it causes a big shot of pain up the back.
Absolutely, and lots of nerves and things to cause a lot of pain. So officials there just wiping up some water from the ice pack, I believe.
Yeah,
and
just making sure this, because it is polished concrete we're skating on, so any moisture is going to cause issues. So we're going to make sure the track is dry before we get the next jam underway.
We don't want any more injuries. So hopefully we can shortly get play back underway and get through without further
Any more
incident.
injuries for the rest of the tournament, thank you. That would be nice. Can't guarantee it, of course, but we do certainly wish for an injury-free tournament. Mother Superior just making sure everything's all right with the teams. Mother Superior just letting us know that Killer Heidi will need to be cleared medically before she's allowed to return to track, but she is receiving attention at the moment, and of course the ruling being that if you do call off a jam for injury, you have to sit off for a minimum of 3 jams anyway. But it's just nice to get that clear that in Killer's case, because it's a fairly significant hit, the St. John's need to sign off on it.
Absolutely. Good to see her getting off the track on her own feet, though. Hopefully that's a good sign.
Yep. It's always good to see people just standing up, and you just get that whole sort of thing. At least it's not a significant joint injury or a ligament or or worse. So it's good to see people stand up.
It's not a leg hanging off at a funny angle.
It isn't. You know all about that.
I certainly do. Well, I never looked. Nobody ever told me it hung off at a funny angle, but I can only imagine. Yeah,
I'm very grateful never have had anything dangling off at funny angles due to sports injuries. Certainly done my share of ligaments, though, in the past, but glad to have never had to deal with cracking and breaking of stuff.
We're waiting for a medic. There is no medics available at the moment. The other track has injuries.
So we're waiting for a medic before we get things underway again. So we need to have an available spare medic before we're able to get things underway. So some players are taking to the track just to skate to keep warm. And we now have a medic. So we are going to get underway for jam number 7 of the second half. The score, if you're just joining us, is 120, plays 82. And with the homicidals in front from Murder City, Northern Beaches Sirens still within a very easy shot of grabbing this one. Only a couple of power jams in it.
Absolutely. Nice close game, this one. 2 reasonably matched teams, I would say. Sort of getting lead jammer at about the same rate, and perhaps just a few more penalties to the Northern Beaches Roller Girls jammers being the difference here today.
Can certainly see this with both jammers finding it difficult to get through. There goes Yell and Rage now, but Metallica's needing to pick up a ride on the Priss train by the looks of it before she's able to get through. Hit it and quit it for Yell and Rage. 4 points.
Just keep that score ticking over.
Very
keep that
important
lead
to do.
growing ever so slowly.
And gets your mind back in the game as well very quickly after an injury to one of your teammates. Machine Gun back on, and we'll be facing up against Ninja Dinosaur for the next jam. Score currently 124 to 82. Bit of dodging and weaving going through the middle of the pack at the moment. Both sets of D quite strong on this one. This is fun.
Ninja doing what she can to try and push her way through, but
Sweet Pea coming through to wreak a bit of havoc here.
yeah, nice offense there from Sweet Pea, but still no jammer through the pack. So we've got
now there is.
Now there is, yes. Ninja Dinosaur able to push the Northern Beaches Roller Girls blockers out far enough that they had to yield.
Princess Helder heading to the bin for a penalty. And Bruzier also in the penalty bin at the moment for Northern Beaches. Nice lateral work here. Sweet Pea and Brute combining beautifully.
That looks like it will be Machine Gun through finally on her initial pass.
Yep.
But not Yellen, Ninja Dinosaur coming around, trying to pick up just a few more points and calling off the jam.
And it's another 3 points to the Homicidals. So they are now 132 to 82, even 50-point spread. That's the second time that Pris has come around here clutching her left hip. Maybe another heavy fall.
Maybe she just likes to stand with her hand on her hip.
Maybe she does.
Power pose.
Princess Slayer. And up against Diabolical Rapture. Raptor trying outside and inside. Steps through, but it is Slayer who got the jump.
Very close out of the pack there, and very close coming around. And so Slayer calling off the jam before anyone can get any points.
Yeah, Rapture's very quick on her feet. So good skating from her, forces the call off. Set for another one. Let's get it on. Yell and Rage. Looks like Metallica's. Got Reiki right in my way, so it's a little difficult to see who the other jammer is. And it is Metallica's, but it is Metallica's who picks up a cut track penalty. So the Power Jam is handed off to Murder City, but Yellow Rage is not through yet. No pack called. And picks up lead. Pack at a standstill on turn 3 across from us. And Yellow Rage going from mid to inside, trying to find a way through. But her measure is being bought. Pris again doing that damage. No pack called.
Absolute cube of death there from the Northern Beaches Roller Girls.
Yeah, Wonder Winnie laying a shoulder in as Yellow Rage trying to move from outside to inside. Metallica's back on track. She has her initial. And Yellow Rage gets through and calls the points quickly. It's a 5-point pass for Murder City. Very hard earned, very hard fought jam. 137 to 82. We are just under 20 minutes left to go in this match. Five seconds to call from the jam timer. Let's get it on. It's a bit of a slow start, not really leaping out of the starting blocks. Ninja Dinosaur and Machine Gun. Now we're seeing a bit of action though. Nice work. Groove Mama on the outside line. Just holding that anchor position.
It's Machine Gun with not lead jammer. She's been called for a penalty. So
cut track, so just skating over the outside line. Bit of a smile on her face as she comes off. So lead not being awarded. So Ninja Dinosaur now gets lead. Weaving from inside to outside, just trying to find a chink in that defense. getting bounced around, and Northern Beach is just piling up on top of each other.
That is one way to get through, is when all your opposition falls over. The Stephen Bradbury of roller derby.
No silver medal, though. Of course, the 3 divisions playing off on Monday for the grand final. So get your Monday set. Let's cancel all your plans. You want to be on the YouTube for Monday. Diabolical Rapture and Machine Gun coming to blows on the outside there, and Diabolical Rapture getting forced out during the recycle, so Machine Gun can jump back in where she was and get back on the track legally.
It's quite a handy way to be able to do it.
Oh, nice apex. Machine Gun on the forward apex there, nice. Don't often see that as a jump.
No.
And a very emphatic call-off from Ninja Dinosaur, picks up her points.
Starting to look a little bit tired, but she has done a fair amount of jamming today.
She doth jam. Got an officials timeout at the moment. It looks like the skaters also joining in the officials timeout dance. All right, so I'd like to give a little bit of a shout out to Rydell Skates. Rydell Skates celebrating 70 years in the biz. And of course, Rydell outfits so many of our skaters with their top-notch skate gear. They have a wonderful stall over here at our marketplace at the Wavell Showgrounds over the long weekend. So get on down and check that out. The marketplace, of course, home to a number of manufacturers, as well as derby gear, purveyors and suppliers. Brute getting a nice little tap on the backside from Sweet Pea on the way through, just to steady the course, as it were.
Nice little help through as jammer to get that push from your teammates.
And Brute gets on through, picks up her 4 points, and calls. So 4 points to zip. Dolls on 159. Sirens 86. 16 and a half minutes left to go in the game. Big shout out, of course, to all the officials. The timeout being signalled over here. So all the officials do an amazing job over here with the Great Southern Slam, on skates and off. Eyes on the game constantly, and the concentration levels being very, very high.
Absolutely. I know from my time in the NSO positions that you are exhausted by the end of day one. Just the sheer concentration required to make sure all your paperwork is in order and everybody sits the right amount of time in the penalty box and the jams start on time. I don't know how I ever did it. And
but you
I
did.
have mad props to the NSOs.
Heck yeah. I want to also give a quick shout out to AJ's Lighting Sound Events. We want to say big thank you to AJ's for the supply of all the AV gear for the Great Southern Slam. The reason you can hear and see us is thanks to their efforts. So thank you so much for your support of the Great Southern Slam, and we would like to support you in return. They are available for all sorts of commercial and domestic applications, including corporate functions and conferences. So if you're thinking sound and AV, think AJ's Lighting Sound Events. We're about to get underway for the next jam. The all clear from Mother Superior, Diabolical Rapture up against Metallicas. And Rapture getting stuck for a back block, so Metallicas is free to get through.
No, she's
And
picked up
she picked up a penalty. Looks like a cut.
a cut, I think. Maybe a
So-
forearms, can't quite tell.
But a jammer switch over currently in effect in the box. And Rapture has been released. So
That does mean we won't have a lead jammer in this jam, I believe.
And
And
we'll
it will
probably-
go out the
Yep.
full 2 minutes.
Yep. So initial completed for Rapture. And she's currently chasing down Metallicas. Pack speeding up. Metallica's through. Rapture not too far behind. So looks like Metallica's has only just completed her initial. Oh, big step through on the inside and a cut track. Wow, that was close. Rapture getting some airtime. But it's
Thrill House there doing her very best to keep Metallica's back, but Metallica's is through for 5 points as Rapture sits in the penalty bin.
Metallica's trying to get past Sweet Pea. Now Thrill House getting in on the action, as well as Tritone.
And that's another 5 points for Metallica's and the Northern Beaches Roller Girls.
Naylor Swift just helping keep the pack at a relatively slow pace, making sure that her jammer doesn't have to travel too far, but it's now a pile-up.
Skates in the air.
Like you just don't care. Thrill House just throwing everything at Metallica's trying to chase her down. But Metallica's able to evade the thrown body. It's not often you get to say that.
No.
So a 15-point jam sees the Sirens hit triple figures. 101 chasing down the Homicidals on 159 points. Changing it up, and we have a timeout. So an official's timeout being called. Princess Leia doing some dance moves.
Looks like Mother Superior going over to have another chat to the first aiders. Possibly someone in the bench area needing some first aid.
Diabolical Rapture is currently standing in the penalty area, so she has less than 10 seconds left to serve. So it's not going to be much of a power start for the Northern Beaches once we get things underway. And it looks like Groove Mama is going to receive a bit of attention. So I hope she's all right. She's been absolutely brilliant as a blocker throughout this game.
Absolutely. I've seen her act as a battering ram and a cannonball. It's been good to watch her blocking. I hope she is okay and will pull up all right.
Both jammers through very quickly. Rapture just came sprinting out of the penalty area. And the end of the jam. So 4 points and the call for the Sirens. Dolls on 163, Sirens 105, 13 and a bit minutes left to go.
Ninja Dinosaur pushing at the front of the pack, trying to get her way through for the Homicidals. And it works, and she picks up lead jammer as Machine Gun picks up a cart track penalty. So that once again hands the power jam to Ninja Dinosaur and the Homicidals.
Again, Thrill House just throwing everything. She is a full body blocker. That's what I was trying to say. Just throws absolutely everything and ends up on her knees half the time. But that's the kind of commitment you want to see from your blockers. They give everything and put their body on the line. Another 4-point pass to Ninja Dinosaur. 5-point pass, I should say. Nice pincher move here. Punky Bruiser getting involved.
And we've got Mel Shingun back on the track from the penalty box, trying to fight her way through for her initial pass.
Tritone, good Psycho.
Yeah, absolutely. Tritone doing everything she can to keep her from making that initial pass.
Ninja Dinosaur, just one more person to get past, just leaning on Punky Bruiser. And good timing sees her get all the points and none for Mel. So it is 105 points for the Sirens. Dolls, in the space of a couple of jams, kicked it out to 183.
That's what Power Jams can do.
Okay, our next game after this one will be between Ballarat Roller Derby League and the Blue Mountains Roller Derby League. So alphabetically, right next to each other, BRDL taking on BMRDL. But it'll be another Victoria-New South Wales matchup, which we're going to love to see.
Seen a few of those today. Lots of teams here from Victoria and New South Wales. It's great to see the growth of roller derby across the country and more leagues springing up everywhere.
Oh, Yellen Rage able to hug that inside line. She's not the lead jammer, but she is cleaned up the points, so well done. 3 points for Northern Beaches. Princess Leia doing the jamming there. Nice and tough. And nice and tough. Metallica's, and it looks like we've got Tritone pulling on the jammer helmet cover for the first time.
And why not?
Tritone does a bit of jamming. So Motor City just realising they've got another game on today and they want to make sure that everyone is fresh as possible. So Tritone giving the jammers just a bit of an extended break.
Yeah, nice strategy there to rest their high road jammers and give someone else a bit of a go at this point in the game.
It's good to have
with
that
a nice
depth.
And with a nice lead, you're not too concerned if it's not your absolute most crushly hot jammers out there. That didn't make any sense. Anyway.
That's all right. We're commentators. It doesn't have to. Both jammers on that one picking up 2 points apiece, so all even after that one. So certainly nothing lost by getting your low rotation jammer in there. Well done to Tritone and Murder City. Good play. Got Brute back on. And it looks like Mel Shingun as well. Oh, Brute straight on the outside. Just held her line and shook off Groove Mama by the looks of that. So well done. Mel Shingun is through. Brute forced to her knees as the pack moves forward, but quickly on her feet again. Mel Shingun on a scoring pass. And we'll see how many hips got past. It was 4-3. So Brute able to just get the advantage on that one. Officials timeout being called. Yeah, it looks like Mother Spirit is having a chat with Wally over the side of the... And coming over to having a chat with the Northern Beaches benchy as well. So whatever needs to be said to both teams. Just make sure all the communication channels are clear. Not quite ready to get underway just yet.
Yeah, it just looks like they're checking out some paperwork, making sure everyone's penalties match up.
Good idea.
I do recall from last year having some
Some fun with paper?
Some fun with paper and some confusions over numbers and skater numbers and numbers of penalties.
Learning to ride is good in this regard. This is why you won't find me doing paperwork.
Well, all I can say is that when you have 7-7, 4-7 and 7-4 all on the one team, sometimes their numbers get a bit mixed up and people writing on whiteboards and writing on sheets of paper do get a little bit confused.
Aye, aye. Too many 4s, too many 7s. Time to ban them. All right, Ninja Dinosaur, no 4s or 7s in her numbers. 051 is hers, and she is lead jammer. All right, Pat getting called there by the ref, and we are looking at a nice scoring pass for Ninja Dinosaur. Clear as a whistle, calls it off, and it's a 4-zip jam in favor of Murder City. They're on 197. Sirens on 113. 7 and a bit minutes left to go. Nice to see some support from other leagues as we look around trackside. There's a few other of the SA leagues here, Light City and the Adelaides as well.
Yeah, it's great to see the interleague love going on. Few teams in different divisions. I think what have we got? 4 South Australian teams.
Well, 4 leagues.
Well, four leagues.
And 5 teams.
And 5 teams skating across the different divisions. So.
And certainly an innumerate number from New South Wales, Queensland and Victoria. We've got Tassie, WA.
And New Zealand, of course.
New Zealand. Talk about a fantastic representation of Derby from around this fine hemisphere of ours. So Metallica's and Yellow Rage doing the dance on that one. Metallica's coming up with the goods, and a timeout being called by Murder City. I want to say a big thank you to Physio Fit. Physio Fit are the Adelaides and Radelaides official physio provider, but for this TGSS, they're everybody's favourite physio provider.
Absolutely. You can head on over to the vendor area where they are providing physio and massage services for all the sore bodies during this great Southern Slam weekend.
That's pretty cool. The queue must be out the door by now.
I believe from last time we had a TGSS, they had to take appointments quite in advance because people were hitting the floor and...
well, it's a lot of sore joints and muscles and everything else.
Absolutely.
So you've got to get everything back in working order. Now, it's been great to have them along for the ride, and a big thank you to Physio Fit for providing your services to our skaters over the long weekend. Ninja Dinosaur and Machine Gun both trying to win their way through, but it's very hard going. Solid defensive on both sides.
Yeah, really dense pack there, but it is Machine Gun out with lead jammer.
Groove Mama hitting the deck, but picking herself up quickly. And Ninja Dinosaur having to be let go. So Machine Gun, let's see what she can do. Little shake and bake on the inside, and able to skip on through for a 4-point pass. Nice.
Some nice offense there by the Murder City blockers, clearing the path for Ninja Dinosaur to also come through and pick up 4 points.
So Spiky on the outside, just trying to hold back Machine Gun, unable to do so. Ninja Dinosaur almost tracked down for a sneaky point, but not quite. But that does allow the Dolls to break through the double century. They're on 201. Sirens on 125. And we are inside 10 minutes, about 8 minutes or so left to go in the game. Princess Slayer and Brute. Brute muscles her way through the inside line. She was getting absolutely monstered there by Press. Two very physical players. That was beautiful to watch. Love these sorts of matchups. Oh, Brute again. But called for a blocking with the head. So she came in a bit low and a bit fast on that one.
So we'll be going out for 2 minutes in this jam as our lead jammer just goes and takes a seat in the penalty box.
Nice work here by Thrillhouse on the outside, combining with Diabolical Rapture. Holds Princess Slayer back for valuable seconds, but it's another 5-point pass to the Sirens. Princess Slayer doing so many jams, and you can see as she's skating around, she's just taking the opportunity to suck in some big, deep breaths.
It is important to breathe whilst jamming, it's true.
I found it helps.
And generally in life, breathing is a good thing.
It is. Brute is off and racing, picks up a 4-point pass as Princess Slayer comes around for another scoring pass. Through, muscles her way through on the inside. Diabolical Rapture, not an easy person to get past, so well done to Princess Slayer.
Yeah, lots of these skaters looking really tired now, and you can't really blame them, especially the Northern Beaches Roller Girls on their second game of the day, and their first was just an absolutely brutal game against the Westside Derby Dolls.
No, Motor City were talking about what they're going to do between games, or they're going to get some food, going to rest up somehow, maybe catch a couple of Z's. But just trying to work out every which way possible to keep those energy levels as high as they can leading into their second game for the day. Coming in later this afternoon. Sadly not on the live stream, but you will be able to check out all the results online too, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I believe that somehow we've managed to schedule all of the South Australian leagues at the same time this evening.
That's
so
okay. It happens.
If you are a Adelaide supporter, you'll struggle to pick which team to be cheering for this evening.
Hey, that just means you'll have to channel hop. All right, end of the official time out. We're going to get it on in just a sec. Metallicas. And it looks like Yell and Rage as well. Oh, Yell and Rage inside, tiptoe through the line and onward as lead jammer.
Yeah, some beautiful offense there by, I think it was Sweet Pea, just providing the nice little line for Yell and Rage to come through.
Sweet Pea has a really well-developed sense of that offensive place where she needs to be and able to move from defense to offense very quickly to lend a hand. I don't know if she's born with it, but she's definitely putting it to good use.
It's actually, that mental switch between offense and defense is a lot harder than a lot of people think. It requires a lot of practice and a lot of awareness of who's where and when.
Sweet Pea has been around on the Adelaide Derby scene for quite a few years, so she's certainly had many opportunities to skate and develop those senses. I'll tell you what, if you were thinking of getting into Derby, it's a good opportunity to get online, check out these leagues and see what they do in the way of training, because a lot of them have programs and a lot of good training going around. So if you see this and you're not a Derby person, you think, I would actually like to do this, get online, check it out.
Jump on the old Google.
Yes. Certainly a lot of roller derby, fine roller derby going on around the world. Machine gun through on the inside line and is calling. So it is 4 points and another 4 points for the Dolls. So 2:26 plays 1:44. We are inside the final minute of this bout. Just a reminder, we do have Ballarat up against Blue Mountains next. So don't go anywhere. There is still a lot of superb derby coming your way this afternoon from Adelaide at the Great Southern Slam.
Absolutely. I know I won't be going anywhere.
You can't. We need you.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, getting the rind up from Mother Superior. All right, whistle blown. Here we go. Yellen Rage just leaning in on the D as she wends her way through and picks up lead. Motor City girls just lining up alongside, cheering their jammer on. Metallica's coming in a little too hot, hits the outside track, and skating out of bounds is the call. So it now gives Murder City a power jam to finish things off. We are just running out of time now. So the period clock about to finish up. So we're just relying on the jam clock now. And Yellen Rage takes a look at the scoreboard and goes, all right, let's go get another.
Yeah, let's do what we can to get as many points as we can. And
it will.
It does all come down to it. Yeah.
This could be the difference between getting into the quarterfinals or not getting into the quarterfinals for Murder City. So they want to make sure they get as many points on the board as they can. And she's calling it. She's made sure that Metallica's gets absolutely no points at all. So high fives for everybody on the bench. So at the end of all that, just making sure everything's all right. Still the unofficial score. That is it. So Murder City open their campaign at the Great Southern Slam with a win, 240 points. Northern Beaches get to go home, beaten in both their games, but certainly, as we have seen in both of these games, they put up a really good fight.
Absolutely, and for some of these leagues, it's great experience that they don't always get within, say, their home state. Maybe they don't get to play other leagues very often, so to come over here and all the atmosphere of the Great Southern Slam as well, I don't think they'll be going home disappointed. They've played really well.
No, they shouldn't, because they put in some really good hits here, some great team play.
Absolutely.
So well done to Northern Beaches. 144 points for you guys. But let's wrap this one up. My name is Pants.
And my name is Willow.
And stay tuned for the next game between Ballarat and Blue Mountains.